What's up, Cowboys Nation? Buckle up, because we've got a blockbuster trade that's about to shake the entire foundation of the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys have officially landed All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey in a stunning, jaw-dropping deal that has fans, analysts, and rivals alike scrambling to process what this means for the balance of power in the NFC. This isn't just a minor acquisition or a veteran flyer. This is a full-blown, all-in move by Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office, sending a clear and unmistakable message to the rest of the league. The Dallas Cowboys are in win-now mode, and they are going to swing for the fences. Jalen Ramsey, a player known for his lockdown coverage, physicality, elite instincts, and big-game mentality, is now wearing the star on his helmet. Let that sink in. This is a guy who, since being drafted in the first round in 2016, has built a reputation as arguably the best cornerback of his generation, a three-time first-team All-Pro, six-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, and a defensive cornerstone wherever he goes. And now, he's headed to Dallas. How did we get here? Well, it all started with whispers coming out of Miami, where the Dolphins were dealing with a bloated salary cap and growing pressure to retool their roster. Ramsey, while still performing at a high level, had a sizable cap number and represented one of the few veteran pieces Miami could move to free up space and acquire draft capital. The Cowboys, meanwhile, were in an unusual position. For years, fans have been begging this franchise to be more aggressive in the offseason to make the kind of splashy move that shows confidence in the current roster while pushing the chips in for a Super Bowl run. And in the wake of disappointing playoff exits, criticism of Mike McCarthy, and questions about Dak Prescott's long-term future, the Cowboys were feeling the heat. So when the opportunity arose to snag Ramsey and only give up a package reportedly centered around a 2025 second-round pick and a young developmental corner, they pounced. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Cowboys on the field. Dallas already has one of the league's most talented defenses, spearheaded by Micah Parsons, a generational pass rusher, and Trevon Diggs, who's earned a reputation as a ball-hawk corner with elite range. Adding Jalen Ramsey into that mix creates a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Picture this: you line up under center against Dallas, and you've got Parsons screaming off the edge, Diggs baiting throws on one side, and Ramsey locking down the other. It's a defensive coordinator's dream and an offensive coordinator's worst nightmare. Ramsey's presence instantly upgrades the secondary. His ability to play man, zone, inside in the slot, or even cover tight ends gives defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer an arsenal of new possibilities. He can disguise coverages, send creative blitzes, and match up more aggressively against elite receivers. And don't forget Ramsey's attitude, that fierce, no-nonsense, in-your-face swagger that fuels defenses and elevates everyone around him. He brings not only skills but a championship mentality. Remember, this guy helped anchor the Rams' secondary during their Super Bowl run, and his leadership and confidence are infectious. Pair that with the steady growth of Darren Bland, who emerged as one of the league's best nickel defenders last season, and you suddenly have one of the most complete secondaries in football. But this trade isn't just about on-field matchups. It's about culture. It's about identity. For too long, the Cowboys have flirted with greatness only to fall short when it mattered most. Whether it's been coaching inconsistencies, bad luck, or just lack of killer instinct, something always seemed to be missing. Ramsey brings a no-excuses, alpha dog mentality. He's the kind of player who raises the standard in the locker room, who holds teammates accountable, and who expects to win not just games, but titles. That mentality could be exactly what this Cowboys team needs to get over the hump. Off the field, the move has sent shockwaves through the fanbase. Twitter exploded with reactions, some fans praising Jerry Jones for finally making a bold move, others nervous about Ramsey's age, recent injuries, and fiery personality. It's true he's 30 now, and while still elite, he did miss some time with injuries in recent seasons. But when healthy, he remains one of the few true shutdown corners in the game. And unlike some veterans who lose a step and fade, Ramsey has evolved. He's smart, physical, and versatile. If he does lose a bit of speed, he can transition into more of a hybrid role. Think Charles Woodson late in his career. He can move into the box, play safety, or shadow tight ends and big slot receivers. The Cowboys aren't just getting the Ramsey of 2020, they're getting a more seasoned, strategic version who understands the game at a higher level than ever before. And let's not overlook the financial aspect. This wasn't a cheap move. Ramsey's contract is hefty, and Dallas had to get creative with the cap to make it work. But this is where great front offices earn their money. They restructured deals, used voidable years, and leaned into modern cap strategy to absorb Ramsey's contract while still keeping room for future extensions for guys like Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb. It's a delicate balance, but the message is clear. They believe this core group has what it takes to win now. They're not waiting for 2026. They're going for it in 2025. And honestly, that's refreshing. Too often, teams get stuck playing it safe, hoarding draft picks, preserving cap space, and avoiding bold moves out of fear of failure. But championships are won by teams willing to take risks. Look at the Rams when they traded for Ramsey in the first place. Look at the Buccaneers when they went all in on Tom Brady. Sometimes, you just have to swing big. And this is a big swing. And it's not like the Cowboys gave up the farm. They kept their first-round picks, their core young talent, and added an elite defender without mortgaging the future. If anything, this is a calculated risk, high ceiling, manageable downside. Worst case? Ramsey struggles or gets hurt, and you lost a second-rounder and some cap flexibility. Best case? He becomes the final piece to a championship puzzle. Now, what does this mean for the rest of the NFC? Well, the ripple effects are huge. The Eagles, who've dominated the division recently, now have to contend with a Cowboys defense that's even scarier. The 49ers, a perennial playoff roadblock, may have just seen their path get tougher. Quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, and Daniel Jones are going to have to think twice before throwing near Ramsey. And don't forget, Dallas faces some of the league's top wideouts this season. From Justin Jefferson to Amon-Ra St. Brown to Terry McLaurin, Ramsey gives them a weapon to match up and neutralize those threats. If you're a Cowboys fan, this is the kind of move you dream of. This is a front office finally acting with urgency, finally matching the swagger of its fanbase with action. It's not just talk anymore. They went out and got a superstar, and that changes everything. And if you're a rival team, you're taking notice. The Cowboys just sent a message: we're not waiting for success to fall in our lap. We're chasing it, we're building it, we're demanding it, and with Jalen Ramsey in the fold, the journey to the top just got a whole lot more real. So, as we look ahead to training camp, preseason, and week 1, all eyes will be on Ramsey. How quickly can he gel with the defense? Will he stay healthy? Can he still dominate like the all-pro we've come to know? There are plenty of questions, but one thing's for sure: the Cowboys just made the biggest defensive move of the offseason, and the entire league is on notice. Whether you love the trade or have concerns, one thing is undeniable: the Dallas Cowboys are going for it. No more waiting, no more excuses. With Jalen Ramsey now wearing the star, the time is now. And the road to the Super Bowl just got a whole lot more interesting.